Hi, I just wanted to briefly come on and discuss coming out of the closet. It's a topic that seems to be going around these past few days on a lot of the channels, and I just wanted to throw in my experiences. My experience is actually coming out of the closet and then stepping halfway back in the closet. When I started, I was 19, and I'm 34-ish now. I will be in the next few months, 34. And the first person I actually came out to was my best friend, who, when I came out to her, she came out to me. Apparently, we were on the same journey and didn't know it. We were walking along the same path, and I guess neither one of us at the time thought to look to our side and see who else was walking with us. But from that point on, for the last few years, we basically took our path together. Baby, do not draw on Dada's monitor. Sit down and watch, or else I'm going to turn off Elmo. Sorry about that. So we went to Grove classes together, on and off, and things of that nature. Did a lot of reading, a lot of research, a lot of books. We swapped books between each other. About maybe a year after that, I came out to my immediate family, to my mother, my stepfather, my grandmother, and my sister. And my stepfather pretty much was, hey, now he's Catholic, as I was raised Catholic, and he's, was taught what I was taught, and he said, you know what, if this is something that you believe in, then I know it can't be the bad thing that I was taught it was, because you're not that kind of person. So that was pretty cool. My mother accepted it pretty much right away. She didn't understand what it was. I tried to educate her a little bit, but she was like, whatever, kind of thing. My grandmother, my mother, and my sister are all three Episcopalian. I was raised Catholic because my father was Catholic, and my mother wanted to marry in the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church, what they do is, if one of the people getting married are not Catholic, they make that person sign a contract saying that any children born of that marriage will be raised Catholic. So that's how I got to be raised Catholic. Catholic school and the whole 9 yards. But she pretty much accepted it. I don't think she was really too surprised, to be honest. My father also went on a spiritual journey, questioning things, and he found himself all over the place. He, as I said, was Catholic. He found himself at one point joining the Islam faith. At another point, I think he decided to make up his own faith at some point. But she wasn't too surprised. I think she probably knew where I was heading when I came home with my first deck of tarot cards. And apparently he too used to read tarot, though I didn't know it because the last time I saw him I was 5, so I did not grow up with him at all. But my sister, well, she just had a lot of questions, like, do you really fly around a broom? My sister is 12 years younger than me, so when I was 19, 20, she was still pretty young. So she had a lot of questions, and I answered them. My grandmother, to this day, still thinks it's a faith. Still tells me, well, you're a good Christian girl. So, now, when I got involved with my fiance, I did tell him, a few months in, and he was like, he knew what it was. I was ready with my whole speech, well, this is what Wicca is about, and so on and so forth, and he told me what it was about. He already knew, and I didn't expect that, because I'm of mixed race. I grew up with the West Indian family. My mom's family is from the West Indies. And so even supernatural, paranormal, mystical things really isn't strange to us, because we grew up with that belief / fear. My grandmother always called, like, voodoo or whatever, like obia. I think what they call it in some parts of the West Indies. We believe in psychic abilities, though that's not what they term it. things of that nature. So my grandmother even has dreams that do come true on occasion. She's even had visions. So this is not, you know, but she has a problem accepting the Wicca thing. It's a phase. But my fiance, he understood, which I was surprised. Now he is white, and he grew up in a little town in Michigan that's not very accepting of color people and things like that. And I just knew he'd have a problem, but he didn't. He was like, I don't have a problem with it. I understand it. I know what it's about. It's nothing bad. Do you? So, and when I moved out here is when I had to step back into the closet. My friends back in Brooklyn all knew. They didn't all accept it or believe in it, but they, you know me and know the kind of person I am. So it didn't really bother them. They just knew that they had a faith that contradicted what I believed in, and they didn't believe in what I believed in at all, but that's fine. You know, we didn't have like religious conversations every day. We'd have some debates every now and again. But so, however, my fiance has an ex-wife who has caused problems for him over the years in regards to their son. He now has custody of his son. However, her intentions, we don't know. And I don't want to add more fuel to the fire for him. I've moved out here 4 years ago. So, and at the time, honestly, it wasn't a big thing for me to be in the closet, because at that point I was becoming a little disconnected with everything. It's not that I stopped believing. I haven't really done any, like I said before, spells or rituals. And I think it is now because I've started to do ritual that I've felt more connected and more part of me. And I think I just spent all my time just reading and researching, and on occasion I would do a little spell here or whatever, but really and truly I didn't do ritual. And I think it was that lack of not doing ritual is what helped me to get a little disconnected with things. I just always felt I was never ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to do ritual. I wasn't ready to do, full-on spell work or whatever. So I didn't do it. I just kept on reading. I kept on studying. But now that I have started to do it, I love it. And I feel so much closer and so much more at peace, I guess. So yeah, I've had to step halfway back into the closet. I don't outright deny, and if he asks me, I really don't know what I would say if his son asks me what I believe. I think he's aware that I am open to pretty much everything. We've had discussions. He's asked me questions on religion because usually it was on Catholicism, because his grandmother would go on to these long soliloquies about the faith, because she is very passionate in her faith, and she and his mother are Catholic. So he hated asking her, because he's like, I'd be there for 2 hours and I still didn't get the answer to my question. So, but I've talked to him about other faiths. He's had questions I've answered. So, he does seem open to the possibilities. He even asked me for an animal spirit guidebook he saw in Barnes and Nobles, and I asked his father if he was fine to get it. He said, "Babe, if I don't have a problem with what you believe, why would I have a problem with you buying my son a book on spirit guides, things like that?" Like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm an adult. If you have a problem with what I believe, there's not much you can do about it other than end the relationship. However, with his son, it's different, so, and I didn't want to step on toes. But, yeah, so basically I'm kind of half back in the closet. Plus out here, it's, like I said, it's the Bible Belt. And I can't go around professing my faith. I wear my pentagram pretty much every day, my pentagram ring, but I have to turn it around a lot of the times because, I do get away with my goddess jewelry. No one really understands the significance of it, so that doesn't raise eyebrows. I do also have a necklace that's a pentagram with the triquetra in the middle, which almost encompasses or engulfs the pentagram. So, I mean, if one looks close enough, you will see the pentagram. But, I have a goddess ring, which I cannot find for the life of me. And I've also have a universal faith pendant and an Om pendant. But yeah, it's not a great feeling to have to be back into the closet even halfway, but you know, sometimes situations, you know, there are other factors and other people that I do have to consider. So yeah, that's pretty much my in the closet, out of the closet, back, partially back in the closet experience. So thank you for watching.